Although we're happy to have received some timely rains this past week, drought, of course, is far from behind us. So this week, our OSU Extension equine specialist, Dr. Kris Hiney, has some drought management tips for horse owners, as well as some blister beetle information.
The lack of rain can certainly bring new challenges to horse owners. Pastures right now are probably struggling, and it may be advisable to remove horses and feed them alternative forage sources so that long-term damage to the pasture is not maintained. So horses, if they continue to graze the same grass over and over, that's really going to weaken the plant's reserve to essentially survive the drought conditions. Also for owners, drought conditions mean hay prices might go up. We need to really think about securing hay supplies if you've not done so already. Remember, forage has to be the key component of your horse's diet. So we can't just substitute grain or concentrate instead of forage. So at a minimum, 1%, but ideally 2% of that horse's body weight has to come from forage. One concern that horse owners often have is blister beetle contamination. Typically, blister beetles are going to be more associated with alfalfa, as the beetles are going to be attracted to the flowers. When we purchase alfalfa, we do need to make sure we know where our sources are coming from and really trust our hay producers. So first cutting alfalfa may be considered more safe, but we have to remember when that first cutting takes place is key. So if your hay producer is not able to tell you the precise date at which that cutting is coming from, you may wish to look for alternative sources. As always, any sort of beetle contamination can be deadly for your horse. Typically, these beetles will cluster together in the field, so while a large portion of a shipment may be safe, if you see any beetles in a flake or in a bale of hay, again, discard those immediately and contact your hay producer. Buyer beware if you're sourcing hay from out-of-state producers. Be sure that you have gotten video or photographic evidence of the hay quality. Verify it before it's shipped to you, because certainly in times of drought, we hear about consumer scams in hay producers. So best bet, really try to preserve those pastures, maybe use some sacrifice lots, get those horses off of that pasture so you'll have something left to turn them out onto next year.